Well, hello everybody and good morning. Welcome to Wake Up Call. I say good morning or good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be watching from and whatever time. Surprise! It's me. It's Brent Watson. It's Ben's day off and Joe is having a rest. He'll be in later on this afternoon for some very special launches. So yeah, hello. Keep me busy on the socials. Now I'm joined with two very gorgeous ladies in the studio this morning.
Smooth talker. Smooth talker. I think he's trying to get in there really.
Yes, yeah. What does he want?
What you after? Yeah, well, do you know what? It's very apt, this new launch that I've got today, because it's all about you. All about our lovely, it's not just Brent, it's all about you. It's our latest, I'm going to call it the add-on. It's an add-on.
Yeah.
An add-on collection to the Sacred Style. So that's what I've got coming up.
Excellent.
And I know Sandra's got some amazing things. I'm going to show you my things first. I was just going to say something else, then realised. I thought, don't you dare repeat. That's what I did with Lisa not so long back. Let's just show you what we've got on. We've got a fantastic day lined up for you here. And it is all about you. The Sacred Style add-on collection, where you've got stamps, dies, and some more. So stay tuned, because honestly, these are beautiful. And it's all about your tags, your banners, and your statements, sentiments, and things like that you're just going to add on to your lovely, maybe already collections that you own. But again, look at this. You've got your happy birthday banner on there, and it says to, so it goes happy birthday to, and then the die that comes with this is the U, but it also has all you need is, and this is just one of them, many of one of them, and then the love is the die there.
Wow,
so we have got an absolutely stellar, beautiful collection. You're going to love this. You're going to love this add-on. And if you have got the Sacred Style, this is the perfect add-on to your folder, your binder, whatever it is that you want to call it. It's absolutely amazing. But we also have as well the Sacred Style for those people that maybe missed it the first time round. So that's what I've got coming up later on the launch. But we've also got a fabulous day lined up too, because of this great lady and beautiful friend of mine, Sandra. So yeah, we've got some new things.
Do you know, there's so many new things. I've got samples, so I'm just going to whiz through them, because this is just a few. So I'm just going to literally, the secret keyhole. That mouse is just divine.
Wow.
Look at that. Imagine what you could put behind
It's
here.
honestly beautiful.
You know, it's just
Absolutely
crazy,
beautiful.
that one. Then, oh, look, there's the mouse on his own. But look at this. Different material.
Can I have a feel? Because it's got like that raised element. This is parchment, isn't it? This.
It is. That's
Absolutely
parchment.
beautiful.
Parchment.
Absolutely beautiful.
Parchment your own way. Look at this. Look at this.
I absolutely.
I'm not even going into
I was
great
gonna
detail.
say, these
A little
are
bit of
just
Christmas. A little bit of Christmas. I've just got.
Look.
Yeah,
That looks
look
so
at this
beautiful.
one. Look at this one.
Oh, Sandra.
You know,
That
we
is
don't have to.
stunning.
Oh, look at that one.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
And of course, we've got the art collection book.
Oh,
I've
wow.
chosen my favourites for a new book we've got there. So this is out the art collection. Bit of Christmas. You can draw this from scratch.
Draw.
From scratch. I'm going to show you how today.
Wow.
Look, a little bit more Christmas there. And then
They're
we've got some
beautiful.
stamps. You don't normally do stamps. We don't have many. There we go. But look at this one.
Oh, I love that. That was the one that drew me in.
Yes.
We were looking at this one earlier.
beautiful.
I said it's absolutely
This one.
beautiful. Is that from some stamps?
It's from some stamps. And of course, book 8. I'm just going to real quickly this one. Book 8. This is all the tiles within book 8. But
You're
that
kidding me.
is on parchment as well.
Oh,
You can, whatever you do regularly with your paper craft and with your tangling, then you can actually do it on parchment
That's a
as well.
work of art,
This
that,
is
Sandra.
freehand.
Really?
It's freehand, but in book 8 it shows you how to actually draw larger pieces. So don't think it.
That's taking tangling onto a
Imagine
whole
this.
new level.
Imagine
isn't
this
it?
on fabric.
Oh.
Because we did launch. Actually, we've not got it today, but we did launch a fabric bag.
Yeah.
Last month. So yeah, there's so many different things you can do.
Well,
So
it's very,
excited
very
to go
busy,
through all
Sandra.
these.
Let's
So
say
many
that.
things.
Very busy. So yeah, Sandra's got 3 hours today. She's with us for an hour from 12 o'clock today, 3 o'clock,
Yeah.
and then 7 o'clock in UK time. So we have got, I'm in for a treat today with Debbie and Sandra on the show this morning. I'm literally going to be mesmerised by watching what we're going to do. But we've got launch day coming up at 2 p.m, which is the All About You Sacred Style. And then at 6 p.m. UK time, we have got Creative Cravens with Debbie. There'll be lots on there. There's starter kits on there, liftables are on there, and some timeless borders will be on there. We've got our hero tool on there as well, so make sure you tune in for that. And also, from yesterday, we've carried over our £10 Tuesday deal on the web. So if you go on our web, it'll literally be straight there and you can click on. We had a few web issues today, yesterday. It should be all fixed, so get yourself on the web and make sure you get those deals.
This will be fab. And let me just make sure. Oh, look at this, look at this. Yeah, this is fabulous because this is what we're about to show, isn't it, Brent?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely fab.
This is stunning.
Right, there we go. Let me just move over that way. Because
Moving
I
the
am
studio.
super excited about this one. Super excited.
So this is our new Say It With Style All About You add-on, as Debbie said. It's absolutely gorgeous. So obviously it comes from the original box. You're going to get your stamps, your sentiments here, so they're obviously your stamps, and you can pop that in your binder, which comes with the original box. You are going to get your dies in there, which is Love and You. You're going to get 20 6x4 card blanks. You're going to get 40 pieces of card, and these all come in different colours, like a lovely pastel colour. You're going to get your envelopes in there, your baker's twine, which is 4 pieces of baker's twine. You're going to get 4 pieces of satin ribbon as well. You are also going to get a little thank you card in there as well. So you can buy this today for $24.99, or platinum price is $19.99, $23.96. Debbie, do you want to go through it?
Absolutely, I do.
Come
I'm
on,
just
then.
making sure I've got everything all. Apologies now, Charlotte. I forgot to line it all up at the beginning. However, let's get onto it. This is an absolutely lovely add-on collection to the original State with Style that we launched. When did we launch this, producer Johnny? Was this about? But I don't think it was that long ago. No. It was definitely this year, and it was, we'll find out. But if you add the original one, which was all about, if you remember our Sarah telling you that I love making sentiments, I know Sarah does, but sometimes it can be really time consuming where you've got to do each individual one and then you've got to get your dies out. Well, it's a system that makes all that tags and those sentiments, those banners, everything really, really easy. So that's the original, what we did. Now, honestly, we'll talk about this in a moment. You can sorry, that was mine. Can you tell that was mine? A little bit on the full side. But literally, this will make sense about what we have in this lovely collection. So I am going to start with that main one. Now, the panels that you're going to get on here is it's called the Stamps and Stamp panel. I love how they call it that one. But again, it is all about you. So if you're adding this to your State with Style binder, you have the whole All About You little binder piece here. Then you've got all the sentiments, and I'm going to read you some out, Brent, because these are absolutely fabulous. You're going to love these. So, and it will make sense in a moment because there are some metal dies that we've got in here, and I'm just going to show you because I think it's important to show you this little bit first so you can actually see why it makes the sense that it's going to make right now. So the two dies that we've got are the Love and the You. Nice big size, lovely font, and absolutely they'll go through any of your machines starting from a mini upwards. But Make Me Smile, which you probably think that's all right, but You Make Me Smile would be the one that you would go with. And then, of course, you'd have your dies that will cut over your banners from your original binder. And if I just bring that in for a second, just to show you, that's how that fits onto there. So again, like with the original sets, with the original folders and all the different sentiments that we've got in there, it works the same way. So the two metal dies that come in your original one, and I'll just pull mine out again, you can see, will fit over these perfectly. So that is why you would, exactly the same as you would line it up. You've got your crosses on there in the stamp form, you've got your crosses there on your metal form, on your metal die form. But literally, all the things are you more each day. Now you're probably thinking, you more each day, does that not make sense? Well, it does, because Love You More Each Day would be the sentiment, the die that you would put in front of that. Again, when you look at all the other ones that you've got, Me and You, sending lots of love, is all that matters. Is it you is all that matters, or is it love? Love is all that matters. So that's how you mix and match these two dies incorporated into these. So you've got You Are Enough, All of Me Loves All of You, See where we're going with this one? Honestly, I think this is fabulous. And then on the other side, again, the dies that match, they go straight over, and you can see the bit where you're creating all your sentiment parts now. So absolutely fabulous. And again, it's the same thing. So love you, thank you, make my day. You make my day, Brent. You make my day every day.
Every day.
Every day.
As soon as you walk through those studio doors.
When I was complaining about my soggy dress.
Oh.
Soggy dress we'll go
Soggy
with.
dress.
I didn't actually say that, I said a soggy bottom because there's been a bit of a rainfall up the outside.
There has,
up here in the
yeah.
north. Is it the northeast up here?
Northeast, yeah.
Thank you. Northeast up here. Been a bit of a rain, bit of a puddle, and I bent down, forgot I've got the longest dress on in history, and it just literally wet the whole bottom part of it. So yeah, but Brent knew I were in the building 5 seconds before coming in. But saying this, look at these. True love. That's my Brent there, true love. Absolutely.
Oh,
but
Debbie,
again,
stop
you
it.
can see where I'm going with this. You know, you can see where I'm going with it. But honestly, you're going to love this. So this is going to make for all your cards, for all your scrapbook layouts, for any add-ons, stamps, sentiments, tags, what it is that you want to say to someone in the form of all these fabulous, and I'll show you again some of these a bit more close up while we've got Charlotte angling this. Happy birthday to you. And this is where you can take it into all your different styles of folds, all your different kinds of collections that you already have. Lovely love heart there with a shaker. All you need is love.
That's
Again,
gorgeous, that one.
It's just beautiful. Sometimes the clean and simple ones are the ones that draw my attention. Again, happy birthday to you on your special day, because don't forget, if you've got the rest of the binder and you've got the rest of the other sentiments, you can actually take some from there and pop them together to really, really extend the things that you want to do. I mean, this one, really simple, a lovely inky background. You cut out twice are loved, and again, absolutely beautiful. This one, I love this one. Sending lots of, put your love in there, use of your nesting dies, and again, and kisses. So it's all about literally taking this stamp set, using those dies and making them work however you want to make them work, whatever it is, the form of crafting you want to do, that they work beautifully with your binder. However, that's not all we're giving you. Oh, no. I think there straight away, the value, I think the value is $24.99 right there. And some, can I just say, because there are a lot of stamps on here. Now, they're not individual stamps. If you are brand new to the Say It With style, we've made this really, and I'm just going to, I'll try and do it nicely without ripping it off, because that's what I normally do, Brent.
I was going to say,
I'm going
just
to try
rip
and
it
keep it intact, because both John and Jake are in the building today, and I want to behave myself. So I'm just going to push this to one
Debby
side.
Robinson, behave herself.
Well,
I
of course,
think not.
Of course.
I think not.
Let's behave myself. But this is how it comes. It's this full stamp form. So you don't have to stamp out individual ones. You've got a full, I call it like a stamping plate, but in the form of a stamp. Photopolymer quality as well, absolutely beautiful, crisp stamps every single time. I'll put that back later, I promise. But that, like I said, that's not all we're giving you. Oh, no. We thought we'd give you some extras, and they're going to come to you like this. Your metal dies will come in here, pretty similar to like a craft kit, where we've got these lovely little pockets to put them into. So we're going to give you some ribbon and some twine, which is going to be really useful in terms of threading through your tags. You know, some have got like, if I just bring this in for a second, some have got areas where you can thread through. So can you see here? You're going to be able to thread your twine through and your ribbons through as well. So again, all ties in really beautifully. And then we've also popped in here. Now, if you did get the original, you'll know how useful this is, because it's been pre-cut to size to fit perfectly with your stamps. So your stamps will fit onto there perfectly. The die will fit over. You're not having too much waste. And we've got all these beautiful colours as well, Brent. Look at the colours.
They're lovely. Do you know what's lovely about them as well? They match, obviously, the ribbons and the twine.
Yes, they do,
well,
yeah. We've thought, again, it's almost like a craft kit in the way that things have been thought out. So you've got those sheets there to play with as well. Obviously, it's the consumable part of it. And we've even popped in here as well for you something to get crafting with straight away. So you've got all your card blanks, and when I say card blanks, look at this, 4x6 in size, and beautiful colourways. So if I just lift that up, you can see those lovely colourways as well. So you've got the card blanks, the matching envelopes, you've got ribbon and twine, you've got cardstock to get crafting with, you've got 2 dies that are going to work beautifully with your stamps and your stamp panel. Absolutely superb Absolutely superb collection, and a lovely add-on to that Say It With style as well. So I'm going to get ready for the first demo, because I am going to have a little bit of a play with something coming up later on in Creative Cravings that I'm going to tie in together, because I want you to think about this as the sentiments, the add-on to your projects. So think about the cards that you're going to make, maybe with other things. Deb's launched some stuff, was it yesterday? Day before?
Yesterday?
I'm getting confused with the days. I've lost track of my days.
October.
But you literally know what I mean. Where any of the new things that are coming, or previous collections that we've had, or Sandra's beautiful work, you can add these to those to finish it off, to say what you want to say with style. And this one's an absolute gorgeous collection that's been added on to that, and I think it's absolutely fabulous. So I'm going to get ready, because I'm going to use these and something else for later on in a second, so come back to me in a minute.
Oh, we've got a treat of a demo coming up then. So just again, that price is $24.99 or $29.95, or if you're platinum, it is $19.99 and $23.96. So I have got the original Say It With style here. So if you have missed it, you can get it today. And that is on for UK, it is £94.99. So the platinum price is $75.99. We've also got this in the US, so I think Charlotte's going to pop that SKU up now for you all, if you are watching from the US. But it's beautiful. That is $114.95, and it is $91.96 if you are platinum. And that is coming from our US warehouse. That is why it is separate. I've got loads of comments coming through here. So everyone's saying how excited they are to have Sandra back on the show with us today. We've got comments saying how gorgeous this lilac is for the box and the binder. And you're not wrong, because it is. It's absolutely stunning. It is a lovely box. So do you want us to take you through the... Oh, yeah. Debbie's going to have a look through that.
Yeah,
go on
absolutely.
Then, my lovely.
And I will say, because this is mine, the one that I'm going to show you is mine, so it is full with all my things in there. But again, it's showing you this is a really useful, I almost feel like saying a core tool, but you know what I mean when the ones that you absolutely do need. You need sentiments in your life. You need dies that cut them out really easy. There's lots of dies that I've got, and then I've got to try and figure out how to put them in. You don't have to think of that, because it's all here in this. But honestly, this is why every crafter should have something like this. It sits on my, and it sits on my shelf. I've had to move it because it's got a little bit heavy. So I've had to put it on my craft desk. It's got a little bit top heavy. I keep thinking one of my shelves is going to fall down if I'm not careful. But it comes in this beautiful styled binder. So this is mine. So when you get yours home, I will explain a little bit more in a second, because you can see I've been a little bit busy. You're getting 2 wallets at the front of your, and actually, to be fair, I say the front, you can customise this, what works for you. But I've already been playing with mine, and I've already got some ready, because when I get asked to make a card, and then I've got to find a sentiment, I just come straight in here and add one of these to it.
Yeah.
And of course, with them being stamps, it does mean that you can stamp in lots of different things, stamp onto lots of different materials, use different ink pads, create some emboss techniques, and of course you can do a little bit of distressing around the edges as well, which is what I've done with some that are already prepped into there. So you've got your 2 smaller wallets here. They're like in a split little ones, like so. Oh, well, I'm always playing around with it, honestly. Just keep me in check, Greg, keep me in check. You've got a nice big A4 size one as well. So I've got my cardstock in here. So those what we talked about in the new Say It With style. I've already put those in there, and I've still got a few left of my old one. Not many, as you can see, because I've been having a real play. Now, these 2 dies will actually be in the box that it comes with. So when you do get this home, those dies will be in here, as will the paper and things like that, but I'll go through that in a second. But you've got the magnetic sheet. This is how it will come to you, like that. And then you're just going to place yours on, and it means that you've got everything to hand in your ring binder. Now, also what you've got in here, not this one, because this is the latest one, although if you're going for the Say It With style, you can get this as the latest one, but I'll just move that to one side, because this is what you're going to be getting in yours, which is all the different Say It With style themes. So this is the birthday wishes. You can see which one I've used a lot of. because I do make a lot of birthday cards. So yours won't look this mucky. This is just Debbie's own version. But again, you'll see again where those dies, if I take the dies back off, let's go back in and show you again, where the dies actually line up with the stamps to make it so easy. And you can, it's a very simple system. I'm going to show you in that first demo. But you've got birthday wishes, and again, I'll just read a few for you. Hope your day is filled with extra icing. I mean, that's a lovely one again. Count your blessings, not your candles. Nice little fun one in there, Brent. We've got enjoy your special day, wishing you a fabulous day. Today is all about you. Many happy returns. Lots of lovely, and when I say lovely, a lot of stamps on there, a lot of sentiments on there for you to play with, mix and match with as well. So that's the birthday wishes. Same style where you've got the two different ones for your two different plates. So I call it the scripts and the font banners, and then the tags. I'm going to call it the tags. You know what I mean, don't you, Brent?
I think so.
Again, yeah, I know, honestly, my words get so confused these days. But this is time to celebrate. So you're engaged, over the moon for you. That could mean anything, that actually.
Yeah.
You're invited. Happy birthday to you again. All of me loves all of you. Lovely. You're amazing. That's you, Brent. You're amazing. I'm going to be filling you with so many.
I'm going to come here more often.
Today.
I'm getting all the compliments
You're
today.
You're going to come back more. That's why. Again, when you look at this one, just to say on this one, it's all the sentiments. The ones we don't like are the with sympathy and deepest condolences. They're on there as well. We've tried to include absolutely everything. Life is tough, but so are you. A beautiful sentiment in itself, and sometimes that uplifting card that you might send to someone, or a project that might send to someone, a gift box, is just the right sentiment to say to someone. Talk about Say It With Style. These really do cover that theme perfectly. Yeah. And then you've also got the family ties. Another one you can see I've been using quite a bit. There's more. Oh, honestly, this is jam-packed full. So this is the family ties. Family is everything. Yes, it is. For me, absolutely, that is family's everything. And not just my own family, but my lovely crafters companion family, the Team Purple as we'll call us. Yeah. Everyone here, that means everybody that works here. Again, lots of lovely sentiments on there, Brent. And then we've got a lovely Christmas section on there too. So as you can see, that is jam-packed full. It means it's already ready for you to use whenever you want to use it. Have it, like I said, have it on your craft desk or on a craft shelf somewhere, ready to use. Do what I do. I've just put loads in there already. But that's not all we're giving you with the Say It With Style, because we've also got a lovely little presentation box, and this is absolutely, it is beautiful. But this is a great opportunity to get hold of a system that I know you're going to use over and over again.
Oh, hold on.
Hang on a minute.
Are we stuck?
Push it back up. No, oh! Do you know what? The Norwich studio.
I'm going to pretend I did not say that.
Did you hear it? Did you hear it?
I did.
I'll be in trouble. I'll be in
Christmas
trouble.
morning.
Shh. Did anybody see that?
Absolutely not.
Did you see that, Charlotte? Nobody saw it. Nobody saw it. Say it with style. Not do it with style, clearly. I did see John just walk past me, then I'm like, oh, I bet he saw that. Right, are you ready? So inside here, when you get yours home, can you see this? Can you hear that? That lovely magnetic clasp? Absolutely quality, this box, and this box is something you won't throw away. I'm going to call it like a consumable box. Now, like I said, you will get your two dies in here, so the two dies will be in here already for you to take out into your binder. But you've got ribbons and you've got more twine. You've got card blanks and card envelopes. Again, all 4x6. This time, all pure white. So we've got a really nice base for you to get creative on, and then you've got in there as well all of your lovely colours. And if you see, the colours that are in the new All About You one are different to the ones that are in this one, but they are perfectly sized for your stamps, for your dice to go onto the top of. So that is the Say It With Style original. Oh God, I'm never going to get that back on, am I? Let me just try.
Back a bit of
like
tape pen
so.
on.
Like so. I'll get my tape pen on it, no one will ever notice. That's a great addition to your binder. This is the consumable bit. This is the bit that will live with you forever and never date. the sayings and the sentiments in there will never date. It's a timeless piece that you will use over and over and over again. And I know from the, and I'm not just saying a few comments, the hundreds of comments of people that have already got this have said what a great addition this is into their crafty life, and has made it really, really simple and easy. And then obviously today we've got the brand new one that's an add-on that you add into there, so that you're expanding. I've been hinting for a few weeks, Brent, I've been a bit naughty, because I did hint that there might have been one coming, and it has come today.
Good. But this is absolutely beautiful box. So we have got a lovely half-price deal on our timeless border dies. So you can get them for £33 or $41, or if you are platinum, it is going to be $26.40 and $32.80, and it's our best ever price. I love these. I am really excited to see Debbie demo with these. So the first one that we've got here is our rose garden. Then we move on to our flourishing foliage. They're stunning, aren't they, these? They really are. Butterflies. Well, yeah.
Yeah, because they are timeless.
They are. You
again,
can
never
use them
going to
time
date.
and time again.
Yeah.
That one's Ditsy Daisy there. Our dancing dragonfly. Oh, we love a dragonfly here, don't we? We love a dragonfly.
Oh my
Crafter's
days, do we
Companion.
ever.
And then wildflowers. I'm excited to see how you're going to incorporate this into your
Well, this
first demo.
is the thing about this. The Say It With Style is a useful tool, and I did a craft along actually with this, and I did a scrapbook layout, and I am going to do a scrapbook layout later on in the launch show as well. But yeah, it's what you how you're going to use it into your crafty life, how you're going to use it. What are you going to use it with? And I thought, what a great example. I'm going to use those gorgeous timeless borders because I've got them on today, and I thought I can incorporate those within this because I can say what I want to say with the Say It With Style. All about you though, Ben, all about you today.
All about me.
But I am going to be using this one. And I'm going to use, I'm going to go with this one. Because on here, let's have a look, where is it that I'm after? There we are. Are my best friend in the world. Sounds a bit weird like that on its own. However, we're going to be adding to it. So I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to take this off, peel it back on, and you just leave it into your binder. Literally, you just keep on using this over and over again. So I'm just going to pop that down there. I'm going to bring in my stamping platform. Now, I highly recommend the stamping platform, especially with this collection. It makes life a whole lot easier. And it's our stamping platform with the magnetic base. You'll hear us all talk about this. We had to do some interviews with Tori not so long back, and we had to tell them all about all the hero tools, and I said to Tori, you are asking me an impossible question here because I literally love all of our and I genuinely mean that. I love them all.
Yeah.
It was very hard to choose, and I said to her, it's so not unfair making me choose, but this is definitely one of my hero tools as well. The rest of the team talk about it. We all talk about it being an absolute fabulous tool to have, and especially with this stamping, because it's a stamping plate and not individual stamps, it makes life a whole lot easier.
A whole lot easier.
Absolutely. Now, what I'm just going to do, rather than use my magnets, because the magnets would normally hold it into place, but I will just recommend when you are using these, if I can just show you for a second, that fills the entire piece of cardstock. So to have your magnets in place to hold it down makes it a little bit tricky. So don't worry, because all we're going to do is we're going to add some tape to it. So I'm going to pop down a couple of pieces of tape just into the top corner and the bottom corner, and that's holding it into place itself. What I want to do is make sure that I get a nice even stamp every single time, and I'm just going to place that over the top so it fits on. Bring in my stamping platform. This is the main part of the stamping platform, and then pick that up. And again, I'm just going to pop that down. And then now I've got to decide on the ink. Now I'm going to keep it really plain and simple for the first one. I'm going to go in with a quick dry ink pad. But because it's a stamp, it does mean that you could use either a watermark translucent clear ink pad and then add your embossing powders to it afterwards.
Yeah.
Or you could use our opaque pigment ink. So again, any of the colours, just not necessarily black, but it could be any of the colours, and then you could add your clear overlay, clear embossing powder, over the top and heat set it. And then you can think about all the materials it can stamp onto. Because once the consumable part's gone, you're then going to have to use your own cardstock. But you could use acetate, you can use vellum. So we've got vellums on the show later on. You can stamp onto a vellum. There's lots of things that you can stamp onto. But again, just for the purpose of this first one, we're going to go in with our quick dry. So I'm going to go all over. And you want to make sure you've gone all over, including the crosses, which I know sounds a bit silly, but it's there for a reason.
Yeah, and I'm
you
pleased.
need the crosses. Yeah,
I'm pleased you've brought this up because we have had a comment through asking if you'd be able to show how they line up.
Yes.
So.
Perfect. Absolutely.
Spot on.
Yeah, keep watching then, stay tuned because I'm going to show you. I'm actually thinking I might go in with. I think I'll just go back in over this one. Let's go back over the top. I'll change it to the pigment ink one. Again, the lovely thing about having the stamping platform, which is why we have got it on the show, haven't we, producer Johnny? Yeah, perfect. Is because now, if you think about this surface area, that's a big stamp to stamp. And there may be, if you've got dexterity problems, we've talked about this being the hero tool for people with the dexterity problems because it makes it easy. You can re-stamp and go back in if you've missed an area. I always start with putting the pressure down into the middle part of it. So stamp that down and then you can keep one hand on the top and then just go around all the stamped area. And if you've missed anything, and I probably will do that actually, just to show you what I mean. But if you missed any of the area, the stamped area, let's lift that off. Yeah, perfect. Did it on purpose, Brent.
Yeah.
I did, I promise you. Because I now think, well, that's not readable, so I need to add it on. So I might have just missed the ink, or it could have been the fact of the matter is I didn't put the pressure down, but I'll just go back over it, just to show you.
I mean, look how easy that's stamped down as well. It is a great tool to have.
Absolutely. It's a must-have tool. Like I said, all the experts talk about it. It is absolutely, genuinely must-have tool. So I'm going to put those back in, so the little legs go in the footwells, line it straight back over, pressure down in the same place again, and literally then just push back down. So you go over. I think I should be all right. Oh, I've still missed my wedding day. Brent, I'll just concentrate on that little area. But there, again, can you see?
Boom.
Yeah, that's exactly what you can do. And if you want to, you could do a little bit of an ombre effect. You could mix two colours in there and create some ombre effects as well, which is a nice idea. I might do that later, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, so all you're going to do then is clean that down. But for now, I'm just going to leave it where it is because what I'm going to show you is the question that people ask, how do you line it up? Well, you've got one of the dies that's already in your Say It With Style, so even though you're going for the Whole About You, you're not having to add on to any dies, it's already in there because it's been perfectly positioned to work with that. And I'm just going to lift off my tape, just for a second, and release it from the board, like so. And then I'm going to bring in my plates. Now, I know that this will fit through the midi. It will also fit through the junior and your large plates as well. But we always have our large Gemini on the side. But what I'm just going to do now is, and you can see when you're popping it on, where they will go. So can you see when I do it that way?
Yeah.
It doesn't line up. So all we're going to do is get my plates. Let me bring in my plate first, Brent. There we go. Would have helped. It would have helped. So lay that down, and then all you're going to do now is, can you see the crosses that are 1, 2, 3? You've got matching crosses on 1, 2, 3 on your die as well. So what you're aiming to do is you're not going to look at these pieces, you're going to look for those crosses and line that up. Now, can you see the dark cross, the dark cross, the dark cross coming through? And you just simply squiddle it around until you get into place. That sounds a technical term, but that's the best way I can come up with. And you need some low-tack tape to hold that in once you've lined it up. Now, obviously, it can move, so low-tack tape is the best one to use, and I think that looks about right. I haven't got my big, I'm normally in my big trainers where I've got a little bit of height. I can't see it. I'm like, you have to excuse me a minute, just let me just go over the top, because I'm like, these counters are not meant for short bums like me.
I thought you were going to say your big girl glasses, and I was thinking, you've got them on. I've got my
glasses on, no, I mean my pumps. Pumps. I've got flat pumps on today, so it's just a bit difficult. And I know Leanne has a step, doesn't she? But they offer me the step. Unfortunately, I am the world's clumsiest person. So I declined that step because I have a feeling if I was to do it, that I'd end up falling off it live. Yeah. And we don't want to see that.
That would have been a brilliant blooper.
Could you imagine? What did Ben say to Leanne? He never did.
Ben's not.
So we have to relay that. So Ben said to Leanne when she was over here, "Why are you sat down and not stood up?" Oh, she was stood up. Yeah, Leanne. Me and Leanne we're little people. That sound, you know what I mean? Small in
people.
stature. Small in stature. So once you've got it all lined up, Brent, all you've got to do then is feed it through your machine. I know they will fit through the MIDI perfectly into the fold in the MIDI. And I know that because I watched Sarah do the launch of the original style, and that's all she kept using was the MIDI. So it will work, but it will be the normal platform of a thin metal die that you will use to cut yours out. And it will fit through your junior as well. Anything smaller is a no-no, it's just not going to fit. So now what you do is take it off. I'm going to take off my tape again, and the tape was just to hold the die into place. We all know the power of the Gemini is phenomenal. You know, we talk about being an unrivaled pressure, it absolutely is, but with that means that if you haven't taped or held your die down properly, you will get, it's just the power of the machine, you will get movement and it can spoil your sentiments. Now if I lift that off, I'm going to put that plate back in for a second, but now that bit goes into the bin because we don't need it. But now can you see, if I move all of those off, I've now got a plethora. That's a big word for me on a Wednesday. A plethora of tags now ready, or sentiments ready to use. Perfectly cut, perfectly positioned. And I hope that answered your question in terms of how you line it up. But again, it's a very simple system. It's very easy to achieve this look. All you need to do is remember in those crosses that are on the stamped image, I'll line up with the crosses on the metal die and you will get these results each and every single time. And I think, for me, that is a lot of sentiments just on the one, just one. There's the other one, there's the other half of the All About You. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Did I count that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I did. Do you know it's the way I did it? I think, honestly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
But I'm all ready to create now. And where's me? You are. There we are. I'm using this one. So that's those ready to go in my little wallets. Do you know the little wallets that I had? I'm going to use that in a second. What I'm also going to do though, Brent, is I'm going to bring in my 2 smaller dies. Debbie can't remember where she's put her smaller dies. Yes, she can. She put them back in the folder.
Debbie, I will just say we are very, very busy on this new launch.
I knew we would be.
Very busy. You need to get in now, and then you can sit back and watch a launch day. Don't forget, it's $24.99 and $29.95. Platinum price $19.99 and $23.96.
Now I'm just going to switch to my little machine because I am going with You Are My Best Friend, because love are my, it wouldn't make any sense. So the You is the one that I'm going to use for this one. And I'm going to cut it out into, I think I might have got some, bear with me. What have I, there it is. There it is. I wonder where it were. My little pink scrap of cardstock that I've got, and just fit that through. And because I just want to show you the lovely font on this, run that through your machine. Of course, you could be, well, I mean, I always have my Mini sat on the top of my original machine, shall we say, in my craft room, just because when you want to use your smaller dies, you not necessarily want to get out your big machines or your big plates, so your Mini is the perfect for that. But can you see? You Are My Best Friend.
That's
now,
lovely.
Love this. So I'm just going to put that to one side because I did say we've got some fabulous things on later tonight, and the timeless, now we call them borders, but they are from the Edgeable range, because you can cut these onto any edge of any card, so they can go down the side. Obviously, with it being a border style, will look lovely down the side of a card, but there's nothing to stop you from turning it and having it on the bottom. Maybe, and I was looking at this because I was thinking of this yesterday when I was deciding what I was going to make, a box. Do you know your box lid? Wouldn't that make a beautiful decorative box lid?
Down the side.
Yeah, absolutely. So that would look absolutely stunning on there. You would just have to equate the sizing that you would want for a deeper border. But it is absolutely beautiful and cuts like a dream as well, Brent. So I'm going to make a little bit of a floating card. I've got my sentiments sorted, so I'm going to just keep that to one side for the time being. Yeah, I'm going to make a floating card. So with this in mind, I've got a couple of pieces of cardstock, and I'm having this to be roughly around 6.5 inches by 6.5 inches. So with that in mind, I've created 2 panels, and I think that is my silly Billy. That is my panel, which measures in at 3 by 6.5, because I want to have a little bit of a gap and a space. The same with this one. This is 4 by 3.5. Wait a minute. 6.5, 4, because I've put a score line in the top, because this is going to be, to get my floating card, it's going to be the flap that holds it down onto my base.
Right.
So, first thing first, lining this up, and I'll talk about this, why it's called from the edgeable range, but again, you've got this beautiful, delicate design. The border, the edgeable part, is because we've got this little notch at one side, little notch at the other. This bit is the bottom bit, as doesn't have the outside die cutting line, which means it stays connected into your cardstock. The outside cutting line is running along the top of the florals. So when you use that, bear that in mind with where you're placing it onto your card. Now, because I want it to be connected to the cardstock, I want the decorative panel at the bottom. So I'm just going to place that onto the bottom part. So let me bring in my smaller plates for this one, rather than my larger ones. Again, just line that up. And this is when you can have it on the edge, because you've got those notches. If you were using it and you're having it to a specific size, it is quite a big, it's like just shy of 6.5, which is why I've done the 6.5 measurement.
Yeah.
Because it's a nice long, we'll call it long, by a roughly around, so it's about 6.5 by 1.5, maybe a little bit more than 1.5. And again, I want to hold it down with some low tack tape. So I'm going to pop that on, place one on this side, one on this side, and then, as with always, it's a thin metal die, so it's the normal combination. Plastic shim, magnetic shim, and the other cutting plate, and run that through. So if I just pop that through there, we'll end up with this gorgeous decorative feature. And I'm going to have it at the top part of me tab. I'll watch myself. Tab. Top part of the tab. And one at the bottom part as well. Yes, one at the bottom part too. I'm trying to engage brain before I open my mouth these days, because I am getting worse for it as I get older.
You can't be setting us off on my first proper day of presenting.
No, I'm going to behave myself, I promise. I'm going to promise. Now, you can, of course, do this again. Do you know, sometimes people say to me, what if you've got like a, can you see, I wonder if Charlotte can come in close. Can you see that it's cut perfectly here, but can you just see this little bit? Sometimes law of physics on how, and it also depends on the size of your plate you use. If I'd have gone in with my larger plate, that would have probably cut cleanly in the first part. But can you see this little bit? It's very faint. I just think that needs an extra little cut. And people will say to me, but what's the point? Well, there is a point. There's some nature of some dyes just need, how it works, a double cut.
Yeah.
It just needs a double cut. Yeah. Honestly, and I always said to people, get to know your machine, get to know your plates. I mean, I always use my Gemini Junior plates in my large machine. It's just a habit, I think, but I think it's just because it's quicker.
I do it as well for quickness when I'm crafting,
Yeah, absolutely. And that's finished it off just perfectly. Absolutely perfectly.
Lovely.
If I'd used my rubber embossing mat, it would have embossed it a little bit more, which is a nice idea as well, and would have finished that cut too. So again, you can see it's absolutely perfect now, ready for me to release. So yeah, don't worry if you've ever got to put it through twice. I would rather have a machine that cuts for me, literally, like a dream, and I genuinely mean that. So that's why my choice of machine will always be a Gemini. Always, always. And I know you've been hooked ever since you've got into crafting as well, haven't you, Brent?
Yeah, I have. I think I've got 3 machines now.
You see, that's the thing. You don't start with one, but you end up with a few.
I know.
Because they all do their own little job.
Yeah, well, they do, and that's it. Like you say, obviously, you've got is that your June?
So I've got the large machine, so it's the original machine with my Gemini Junior plates.
Yeah.
At home, that's exactly how I craft, unless I've got bigger projects on the go.
Yeah.
And then I'll use my large plates with my large Gemini.
And then it's ideal just to have the little hand crank ones, isn't it?
Oh, yeah,
because like
absolutely.
you say, for your littler dies,
Totally.
boom, whack them straight through.
Yeah,
Save
absolutely.
more crafty time.
Yeah, you wouldn't be without that one, which is why I use mine. Now, it's still connected to the cardstock because I did make it slightly bigger than the die for a reason. Because all I'm going to do is just snip that to one side and the other side, match that up. I've got a bit of lippy on my card, honestly. I sometimes, you know, I looked at it, I'm thinking, I've done it again. Don't come in close, will you, Charlotte? I've got lipstick at the back of my flap. Yes, at the back of my tab. Thank you, Brent. Sorry, yes, back of my tab. At the back of my tab, I've got lipstick. So we're not going to show that in great detail, Charlotte. We're going to keep it just there, on there, so you can see Looks how beautiful. Ain't that gorgeous?
It is.
Now, this is what I say about it being a timeless border. It can be the border, and it, like I said, it comes from the edgeable range, because this could be at the top, at the side. It could go diagonal. Like I said, on the box part, that would look lovely on a box, honestly. It would look beautiful on a box. But there's so many different ways. Double Z fold cards, you could use that onto. So there's lots and lots of ways you can use these dies, which I'm so pleased they're on the show tonight. I really, really am, because I love these. When they first came out, I fell in love with them. So all I've done with this, Brent, rather than me duplicate it, and I know that our lovely waiting in the wings is our lovely Sandra. Yes. I'll show you my other pieces that I've cut, because I did say that the 3 by 6.5 one, I did another cut through, and I ended up with this. So this is where the element now is going to be the floating part of the card. So I need a base. Now we have got on the show today some beautiful paper pads, and I've taken this from the Country Lane, yeah. So we've got the 12 by 12 Country Lane, and I've just literally taken a piece of textured cardstock and mounted it. But I wanted to use my textured cardstock, so I used. I have to be totally honest, use my craft knife and ruler. But if you've got the matte and layer dies, you could be doing that as well to create that little frame. But that's going to sit into the back part of my piece of cardstock. I think I made this bigger actually, if I remember rightly. Yeah, I did. I made it to 6.5 by 7. I've gone for an elongated one. Yeah.
Elongated.
Yeah, an elongated one. So I'm just going to pop that onto there.
Using all the big words today, mind
I am,
Debs,
yeah. To say I were in my craft room till 1 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, I think you're crackers.
Well, no, do you know what? I find it very peaceful at night time. Which is why I've really been enjoying my lives, because I've done a couple of lives now, and I really do enjoy crafting at night. I find me creative, and I genuinely mean it. I relaxed at night time, and I sometimes think as well, I don't do it in the morning, I do early morning as well. I do early morning crafting, because I try and do some early morning crafting, go and see kids, and then in late night crafting. That's how I do it. That's how I fill my day. Best of both worlds, Brent. Best of both worlds.
Well, it is.
But yes, so I'm going to bring these panels in, because what I've just done with this is I've cut myself a little strip to fit onto the top part of it, and that's going to just sit, and I'll just put that on now while we're waiting for me to get the rest of the card together. But yeah, this is it's just a beautiful collection of dies that I know when we launched them, they proved to be immensely popular. And we've brought them back today just because, honestly, Creative Cravings, if we go back to beginnings, you know, the bare bones, that's our show, Creative Cravings. I think it's nice to sometimes revisit and sometimes do some simple cards, but elegant looking cards as well. Now, my bottom panel, I'm going to pop on my piece that I've measured for this as well. So I'm going to just, I've already done these little bits already, Brent, to try and speed it up a little bit.
Speed it up. But it's fine. You can show the timeless borders off tonight, can't you? In Creative Cravings, a bit more. So.
Definitely. Now I've cut myself some acetate as well. So we've got some heavyweight acetate on the show too, and this is from our heavyweight acetate sheets, and that's going to sit to create the floating element, because I want to stick me. Do you know my U design? I want that to. Now I didn't want it to float inside the middle. I want it to actually float on the front of the card, which is why I've popped that there. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of tape at the back of my tab piece. I'm choosing my words carefully. And then I'm going to pop that in to situ just underneath the scoreline. Now, you have to excuse me a second. I have to concentrate on this bit, Brent, because
no worries, you concentrate.
It's invisible. It's like an invisible layer of film is our acetate. I love the stuff. Absolutely love it, because it creates some really lovely texture, but it's
it just takes all your concentration.
Honestly, it's lovely on the camera, but you know, to the naked eye, no. So that's now floating, and then I'm going to pop that onto the bottom panel as well. I was going to add a little bit of texture, but I've changed my mind. I think I'm going to lay off the texture. I was going to have a little bit of a drop shadow behind it as well, but I've stuck that down now, so I can't. Oh, actually.
Oh,
I could.
Hang on.
I could, because I can stick it on the under. Oh, well, Debbie, your best laid plans didn't go later. I can do that, because I can stick it on the back. Absolutely. Dotty tape pen, where are you? There we go. Let's get you on there. Let's get that sorted. I was going to do it beforehand, but completely forgot. Oh no, you have got to be kidding me. Every time.
She ran out.
I swear, producer Johnny, every time I come here, someone sets me up with these tape pens. So I'm just going to pop that on. Of course, you could use tacky glue, but what I'm going to create is a little bit of a drop shadow. So I'm just going to line it up by eye. Love that term. By eye.
By eye.
By eye.
Sounds like what we say, but why eye?
Why eye? Oh, yeah.
By eye.
Yeah, it's a good old Yorkshire saying, by eye. Michelle will get me. But yeah, by eye. There we go. So now I've just popped that on. It's created a little bit of a drop shadow and actually
gorgeous.
Looks really lovely. If you get any overhang, just trim it down. But I'm going to do this one before I actually stick it on. So let's get the dotty tape pen onto the back of this as well. Do we have dotty tape pens in stock, producer Johnny? I know I'm still, because I know that I'm running low. I've heard one thing though, since I've been away, that's come into stock. A3. Oh, Brent, I have to have some in my life.
Well, I'd hurry up, Debbie, because the amount I've been ordering for the experts, yeah.
Oh my goodness, I've got to have some. I've just got to, because as you know, I make all my card blanks from scratch, and I've been on and on and on and on. Literally to the T, we need A3, we need A3, we need A3, until they're probably sick of me saying it, because we honestly do need it in our lives for the bigger projects. And of course the cuttability factor as well.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm just going to pop that on. So Brent, after the show, we'll have words.
Oh, will we?
Yeah. Well,
do you want to come and see me in my office?
I'll come and see you in your office.
Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely, I'll come and see you in your office, and we'll get something. We'll get something together.
We'll get something sorted,
I can go home with some. There we go. So popping that onto the bottom. Now I'm going to attach this tab to the top part of the card. And again, that beautiful paper just looks absolutely stunning with this design. Because it's florals, the Country Lane's got lots of lovely florals in there. And that's why I chose the wildflowers, because I thought it matched this cardstock really, really well, the paper. So let me just pop my panel just onto the back there. So again, I'm just using our tape glue. I'm just going to take it up to that score line. And I'm going to fold that over. And again, if I've got anything that just needs a little bit of a snip, I can do that afterwards. So can you see I've got a little bit of a overhang at the bottom?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to worry, because I can bring in my guillotine and I can snip that down. I would rather have it larger than smaller, because, like I said, you can always snip into it. So that's that part of it done. So you can see the card coming together now. So what do we need to finish that off? Well, we need to finish it off with our sentiments. And I've actually cut it out twice, the U part. And let me just make sure I've got all my bits here together. I've actually used, do you know the ribbon that comes with the kits? With the Say It With Style All About You kit. There's some ribbon, and I've just threaded it through the tags. Can you see there? I've threaded it through. I didn't want to do that live on air because I'm all fingers and thumbs, so I thought I'd get it done now. I'm going to have a foam pad to lift it off the project a little bit. So let's pop foam pads on. Again, you could take your inks. I'm keeping it really plain to start with, but you could take your ink pads and you could touch up the edges and give it a little touch up. And it would look lovely with a little bit of distressing around the edge. But because I've got a bit of white and pink, actually, do you know what? I'm saying it, so I'm going to do it.
She's on the move.
I'm on the move again. I'm on the move. Although all these colours keep moving around. I'll have to use my quick dry. Doesn't matter. It'll be fine. I'm going to use pink tulip. Oh, someone's had a clear up round here.
It's nice and tidy over there,
It's
isn't
ever
it?
so tidy. Oh, it's so refreshing. Normally I have to
came
come
in
in and
this-
tidy it up.
I know, I might have accidentally came in this morning to pinch a tape pen just to stick something down, and I was like, wow, it really is tidy. And then Debby Robinson's in.
No, I'm a changed woman. I am a changed woman, I promise you. I clean up as I go along. I came back, because I tidied it before I went on holiday. Tidied it, come back and it were a right mess. I was like, I was chuntering away. Like we do as a family. We're all the same.
I know. But we were just saying earlier, weren't we? It's because everyone's creative, so everything's
yeah,
a mess,
absolutely.
or we forget things because we've got that much going on in our brains.
Oh my days, yeah, absolutely. So again, can you see, just touching that up gives it a little bit of a tiny lift, and I think that looks really nice. So I'm not going to add too much more because I think that's just about enough. Now, because I'm going to have the U in the centre, you are my best friend. I'm going to position it down to this bottom corner. So let's just take off our tape backs. How am I doing for time, producer Johnny? I'll get there. I will. Oh my days! I know,
everyone
this is
is
gonna be a good
really
one.
excited for Sandra.
Yeah, you have literally, if you want to, well, all I'm going to say with our Sanntangle, you make sure you get on that website right now and get your checking out so you're not disappointed, because I would hate for anybody to be disappointed today.
Yeah.
There's some amazing things that our Sandra's brought to us, so absolutely.
Kathy
Now,
Myers on Facebook got my order in, now I
Did
can watch.
you?
So
fantastic.
people are already in there getting them.
Absolutely fantastic. As you know, I've said to this many times, when I don't craft purple, as in Crafter's Companion, my other craft is Tangling. And I've had the privilege of being invited to Sandra's workshops and had a couple of times at a workshop. Honestly, it's well worth going for a visit just to go and have a look at the beautiful premises she's in, but also the fabulous hospitality from all of them was just, oh my days, like nothing else I've experienced. I genuinely mean that, and I've been to a fair few in my time. But yeah, just fabulous.
Oh,
and
that's
plus,
lovely.
she's just the most adorable woman in the world.
Yeah, she is.
She is, yeah.
I am excited to have the next
I
hour
knew
with her.
I knew you would be. I knew you would be. So yes, let me just tell you, the spread that they put on. If you're on a diet, forget it, because it's just, I've never seen food like it in my life. But yeah, fabulous, absolutely fabulous. So I'm just going to pop that into the centre, just hold that down, and then I'm just going to finish it off now with a couple of little florals, and I've just used some florals that I carry around with me absolutely everywhere, and because I do. And I'm just going to add these on. These are from our, now then, said this other week, didn't we, Jake? Did you these from the Gemini? Was it the Go? Well, I remember it. I think it was the Gemini Go when they launched these. It was like a little plate of flowers, and I just thought they look really nice with this cut out into the white and into the patterned paper that I've used, just to add a little bit of extra interest. I think the word I'm looking for there. So you are my best friend in the world.
Aww.
Who could we say that about, Brent?
I think, well, you would probably say it about Jake, Tracy and John.
Ah,
Helping you out, aren't they?
I know. Do you know, this is the lovely thing about that, all about you. There's somebody in your life that will, this will, be able to be adapted to it. And I just think it's such a lovely sentiment. Debbie, step away from the flowers. Do what you like. I'm still going. And I am going to stop because I can hear producer Johnny saying, well, if you don't stop, I'm stopping you. So I am going to stop right there. But again, now you've got that lovely timeless border, and then you've got the all about you feature to it as well, because it really is all about you today. Absolutely amazing addition to the Say It With Style collection.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That is absolutely gorgeous. Thank you for showing us that there, Debbie. So don't forget, Say It With Style, all about you, $24.99 or $29.95. And if you are platinum, you can get it for $19.99 or $23.96. Thank you, Debbie. We will see you at 2 o'clock for the launch day of this gorgeous collection. And I am getting an hour with Sandra Tangle now. I'm excited. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this break.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
The one that was really funny, Ben. You didn't.
It was better than your I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
I am a gnome and I live in a caravan.
Can we clip that? Everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafter's Companion is magical. There's magic here.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Welcome back, everyone. I've got a friend. I
I know, I feel so tiny.
I know, I am tall. And I've got my new shoes on.
And I've got platforms on. Yeah.
I can't like this. How are you?
I'm really good, thank you.
Good,
really
good.
Yeah.
Excited to be back.
Absolutely, I love it
Good.
here. I really
I know.
do.
It's lovely, isn't
Yeah.
it? We love having you up.
Oh, that's lovely.
And
too.
you've got all of these new
Everything's
products.
lovely. I'm really excited because everything, I think everything, apart from a few books that I've brought back, is new. You guys have
Brand new.
not seen it on this
Brand
channel
new.
before, so
Ooh,
absolutely.
how exciting.
I know. Where are we starting?
So, we're going to start with your Christmas stencil.
Yes, I know. And I know that you did a little bit Christmas last month, but that meant that I
Yes.
could actually get in and buy my things.
Yes.
And then use it on my stuff as well. So absolutely. So I thought I'd bring you some Christmas stuff because it's really nice to sort of see. Shall we start with the book?
Yes,
Start with
please.
No, it's only a little book. This is sort of envisioned as what we're going to do is of an evening you're going to sit there and tangle away at some of these little designs. Now you're going to get 2 of each that are not really tangled, but then if I go back, then one that's a little bit more tangled.
Wow.
But the idea is that you actually do your own thing on it. You tangle on it, you can draw in it, you can take them out the book and ink them and put your sentiments in. But then when you're back in your craft room the following day or at the weekend, you can then use them to create cards. I've actually put at the front as well, so I always do a little bit about it. But you've got, here we go, that's all the different patterns that I've actually used in the book. So if you've got the same fine liner, a black fine liner pen, you can use these. So it doesn't look like I've done a bit and you've done a bit. It's all you. And the beauty of these is it's laser printed, so you could foil them. Oh, I'm super excited. Wait till you see them foiled. There's so many nice things.
Well, just to let you know, and everybody at home, there's already a 5th of that stock gone.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
no, you've not even
flying
seen
out the
it
door.
yet. You've not
Flying
seen
out the
it
door.
yet.
So, show us what else you
Here we
get.
go. So you get, this is just divine. And I do have a demo or a sample of this actually where you can turn one of these into a giraffe. So it doesn't have to be a stag. So when you finish for Christmas. But stags aren't all for Christmas either, are they? The beauty of it is as well, if you look at the stencils, you're going to get 2. You've actually got the proportion of each one there, so you can sort of work out where you're sort of going to go to start with. But then you are still doing the drawing. Of course, got instructions to go with it. There's some really cute ones and there's some you can build up some little Christmas trees, things like that. But then you've got this one is just beautiful. Wreaths, we all like our wreaths and we all use them, not just for Christmas, but I've given you 3 different types. And I've also given you this beautiful moon shape that you can do with the poinsettia hanging, and all that comes from those 3 circles. If I was to show you that first, you're like, what? But all that comes from them.
Comes from them 3?
Yeah, they're so nice to use. And we don't stop there. No, we've also got the Christmas cards. Now, these work really well with the wreaths because you can add some of these elements into that. So you might see some samples maybe with the pine cone on the bottom. And again, these, just from that.
No way.
I love that because you think there's nothing you can do with
No.
that, but when you actually see what you can do in all the different designs, you honestly
I am amazed.
blown
I
away.
am amazed.
Blown
So
away.
you can grab them today for $56.66 or $56.49. If you are platinum, then they will be £45.33 and $45.19.
Oh, it's so nice.
know.
Christmas all done,
Yeah.
isn't it?
So we're moving on to our parchment box next. if you
Parchment.
wanna-
I have never done parchment before.
Oh, have you not?
Yeah. No, I mean, we took it to Hobby Maker, I think, last month. But I know you guys, people in the US and things like that, couldn't get them. And
Yeah.
they did sell out, so we have brought a few back for you guys today.
Brilliant. Well, just to
So,
let everybody know,
yeah.
a fifth of that stock
Yeah.
is out the door as
I
well.
know. I'll just do I'm not going to show everything, but I'll do a quick show. You
Yeah.
actually do, you get your instructions, of course. And I've actually got a lady to help me with this named Ruth Fletcher. And she's actually given us some hints and tips on how to do it and what not to do if you've never done it before.
Yeah.
It's nothing scary about it. You can actually tangle straight freehand, which I'm going to do a bit later. But you actually get what we call these little plates. So if I just bring out, hang on a second, this little mat so you can see that there. There we go. And one side it's etched in,
Right.
and the other side it's nice and smooth. So you put your parchment over the top of it, and then what you can actually do is draw over it, and it gives you that shape. So it's really
clever.
nice. So you get 2 plates, but I'm not going to go into massive detail there. But the instructions are there for not just one. You get 2. You get the butterfly and you get the frame. So
Lovely.
really, really pretty.
These are
they are.
stunning, mine, Sandra. They really are
Do you know?
stunning.
I know. And, and again, just to sort of bring it together, you've also got the. Oh, we've not even opened this one yet. Look, I'm going to open it. I can. You get again instructions, and it sort of gives you the same theme. You've got these butterflies, but you've got extra flowers to go with it, and this works in harmony with the box. So you see, there's your plate. So you've got your little.
Yeah, me and producer Johnny were having a little look at it before. and we were
Yeah,
like,
so I'm going to show you
what
how
is
to
this?
use that. But of course, you can also mix that with stencils. So you can still parchment with stencils.
Yeah.
So here we go. I've given you my lovely butterfly flower stencil as well. Everything works together, as we say. And again, butterflies, I don't give you a butterfly to draw around and tangle in. I give you 3 different sizes of butterfly. I give you different bodies, different wings. And from that, you can create the most stunning pieces of art like that.
Yeah, they are
Mix all of
stunning.
them together, and oh my goodness,
They
what you
really
can
are
create
stunning.
is just amazing. That is a beautiful, beautiful
So that
kit.
parchment box and butterfly bundle is $61.99 or $89.99. Platinum is $49.59 and $71.99.
Lovely, that is so nice.
It is. So we are moving on to the Tangling collection.
Oh, I know. Oh, this right. So you've got 3 different things in here. I've given you a couple of stencils, but then I've given you a book as well. The bird in flight. Again, I'm just going to show you the stencil.
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
What's that? What is that?
Yeah, go on, show us. We need to see. No.
Absolutely. And not only do you get one size there, you get 2 sizes of bird there. And then it's amazing what you can actually do. And don't think you've just got to do this on paper. You could do this in parchment, once you know what you do with parchment. And you could also do it on fabrics. It just looks beautiful. And imagine embroidering all those little bits.
yeah.
But that's not the only one, is it? We've got some.
No, we've got more. I'm amazed.
This one is just... Again, look at your stencil. Look at your stencil. What do we do with that? Now, this is really good for your imagination.
Yeah.
It shows you how to create these 3. So you get a keyhole, how to draw a keyhole. You get this cute little mouse that's going to give you some sort of proportion. But whatever you put behind the keyhole, you've got your own little worlds you can go into. So this one, we've got like an evening scene with some little toadstools. We've got a full town in the back there. And here we've got, who knows where this one's leading because the door's closed.
A bit of a mystery.
So there's so many things you could do with that one. It's just beautiful.
That is brilliant.
Oh, I know.
They really are. So, oh yeah, Johnny's just saying we are really busy on the individuals as
It's
well.
just so beautiful.
Really busy.
This is a different book. This is not necessarily instructions. This one, actually, I've chosen my favourite 20 pieces, 20 on the day.
Yeah.
And if I open the book, you can see there that you've got the coloured versions of my original artwork there.
Yeah.
So some we've done in class, some you might not have seen before, some you might already have as stencils maybe. But then what I've actually done is your pieces. So in here, you've got a grey scale that's been shaded. Don't think that's just for inspiration. You can colour over that. You can add your own bits and pieces. This one then gives you the outline, so you can tangle away, you can just colour it,
Yeah.
take it out, make it into whatever you want to do. So you're going to get 2 of each of those pieces there. But there are so, well, there's 20 all in all. You could take them out, cut them up, decoupage them if you want to. But of course, you can foil them. So I do have one actually on my desk that I've actually foiled. Look, you've even got the butterflies in there. So you could use the stencil for the butterflies and bring it into the book.
Yes.
And actually add to it. It then becomes your artwork.
Wow.
So, look at that one.
That is beautiful.
That's your keyhole, look, with all the different flowers and things
Saw a
around
nice
it.
little sample of that as well at the start.
I know, there's so many,
Lovely.
so many things to show you, but yeah, that's a really, really nice book.
It's
to
exciting.
have.
So you can grab that one for platinum price, £38.39, or you can get it for $55.72. So we are going to go to book 8 first. Is this new again?
I know,
I
I want to roll with books. Yep.
Half gone.
Book 8. You sort of think all the covers of my books were all sort of brown tangled, you know, like my tangle board. This one changes a little bit. It starts to look at like bigger pieces.
Yeah.
So you've still got, just as you would, those wonderful instructions inside, taking you step by step on how to create these wonderful little works of art, even down to where I actually add the shading and the finished pieces. But then I've actually given you some practice pages. If I just sort of quickly sneak through there, and you're like, oh my word, what do we do with these? These are our macro size tiles, so it's the perfect size for one of those that you can actually then take maybe all of the 12 tiles that you've learnt and create different pieces of art with it. So
That is
using the
gorgeous.
frame here, you could actually say put one each tile in there. You could use elements and work it round. I do have actually a Facebook video how to do that. But this one is literally all 12 tiles in the book put together. And then of course, going to the back, you've got other people's work in the gallery.
Ah.
So it's
That
just
is
lovely.
lovely.
So it's,
Yeah,
it's
it is.
not just my inspiration, it's other people's as well.
Yeah.
So that's just
You are
wonderful.
the gift that keeps on giving, aren't you?
It certainly is. So many things.
Book 8, you need to be really quick. Platinum price is £14.39 and $20.87. We are moving on to book number 7, I believe.
Gosh, I said we were about it. Yeah, book 7. Book 7, I got a bit carried away. I actually put 30 tiles in this.
Wow.
30 tiles. And if you
Wow.
think, if you've got a tile takes maybe an hour, you've got 30 hours purely of just tangling in here. So again, you get those wonderful instructions. Look at this one.
That is
Wonderful. Oh,
gorgeous.
they're just lovely, aren't they? And these are great for card toppers, things like this. And then
They
if
are
I just
lovely.
keep working it through, there we go, all the way along. Oh, look at the sheep. The sheep's just divine. Now, I positively encourage you, because you get some pictures in here, actually tangle and draw onto your pages. Make notes. Here's all the original tiles in colour. Look at those.
They're stunning.
There's that sheep
Honestly,
again.
I'm going to be amazed throughout the show.
And then, of course, you get the gallery at the back as well. So, no practice pages in this one. Then there's our Dobby. He's not well today, so he couldn't come in with us.
He's not with us in the studio, sadly.
No, he's at the outpatients rule. Yeah, I'll put more on Facebook about that. So yeah, that one's again really nice
Gorgeous.
book, and you don't need to start at book 1 if you want to try. Start at book 7.
Yeah. Well, we
You can.
started on book 1, didn't we? And now we're all the
Yeah,
way
we're
through.
all the way
there.
through,
Are we
yeah,
on to book?
absolutely.
We are book 8, aren't we?
Book 8, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're going to let Sandra go get
Okay.
ready, because we want to actually see what you've got in store
Yeah,
for us.
see you in a minute.
Because all the stock's just flying
I know,
out.
I'm off.
You go get yourself sorted. So we have got book 5 coming up as well on the show. Am I gonna? £24.29. I'm gonna have a look through it myself, actually. Yeah. Oh, I haven't got it. I don't even know if I've got it, Johnny. I'm sorry. No, I don't. Let us have a look. 2 seconds. 8. Yes, I have. I've got it. I'm lying, everyone. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is book
Yeah,
number
that was
5.
under the cover. That was for later. He was going to keep that one.
Well, I was going to pinch it off you, wasn't I? It's hard to do the TV flick when you're not used to the TV flick, so bear with me. But yeah, I'll go through. Look at them.
Yeah, this one's got 20 tiles, but you've actually got 20 variations, so you actually get 40 tiles in there, really.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we didn't start with that.
Honestly, you do just keep on giving, don't you?
It's just beautiful. Every single one, it's completely different. They're just beautiful.
And that's all the artwork at the back there as well, yeah. That is lovely. So we are selling this today for a platinum price of £19.43 and $28.18, and I'm looking for number 6 now. Lovely. So there is book number 6. That is going to be $16.55 and $24 platinum price. And then we've got our Tangly flower stamps. Some stamps from Sandra. I'm excited.
I know, they're a bit different. They mix in with everything. It just gives you another way of doing something a little bit different with them.
Lovely. So you can get them on platinum price for £6.47 or $9.38. We've got 1/3 of the stock of them gone.
It's not many.
It's just flying out, isn't it?
Yeah, there's not many.
So we've got our sentiment, your sentiment stamps.
They are, yes. These are, they're not the happy birthdays and things like that. These are all about being positive. So if you want to send a card to somebody and say, do you know what, we're there for you, or today you're going to do really well, that kind of thing. These are, and you're not going to get them anywhere else because I wrote them. So.
Right. They are gorgeous. So we've got half the stock gone on there, £6.47 or $9.38. Then we have got the photo corner dies. So these are, well, they're spot on for your tiles, aren't they?
Do you know what, they're an absolute must if you're doing a lot of tangling. And certainly if you're thinking of doing the parchment as well, these are actually going to allow you to glue your parchment to your tiles or your backing paper and hide the glue. It's a little bit neater, I think, and not as faffy as using the little brads. And they look beautiful. They're an absolute must.
Half the stock gone on them as well. So we've got the Stampers roll. This is limited stock already.
Oh, do you know?
I know.
Yeah.
Can have a play with it though.
It's so useful, that is so useful.
So the first demo we're going to roll over to Sandra now is the Christmas stencil.
Yes, I'm going to show you how to draw a stag.
Lovely.
If you're up for it, or
I am.
Whichever way you want to look at it, but it's all going to involve a bit of tangling. So here we go. Starting with my stencil. Now I've actually given you the pictures. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different things to draw in the instructions here. You've even got like a little birdhouse if you want to add a picture, and you've got 2 different types of tree that we draw freehand as well. So what do we get in there? There's our stencils. So again, I've not numbered these. I do number normally, but I don't think it's necessary because you can sort of see the outline or the starting point of each of these sort of shapes. So let's have a look. I'm going to be working with this one here. This is the one actually that you can sort of extend, move the head up a little bit and create the giraffe and things. But what I've done a bit of a pre-work because I've got one of your, see, look, I was Christmas shopping. One of the Nature's Garden, the little Christmas emboss and cut. So I've actually embossed one of my macro tiles, you know, the 15 sort of centimetre square ones. And I'm going to use a little bit in the middle to do our drawing on. So I'm just going to put that to one side for a second. And everything on this is about the drawing. This is it's beautiful. It's dressing in the background. It's all about this piece here. So let's have a look then. Making a start. Now, if I was to, let's have a look. You can put it straight in the middle, but you want a little bit of height, a little bit of sort of space at the top there for antlers and things. So I'm going to bring it down here, and I'm going to draw in these little legs. They look like just like sticks at the minute, but that's fine. A little bubble there, and a head there. So I've not really moved that because the proportion's right. The ears, however, I can actually move the ears to wherever I want them to be. So it gives you that little bit of ability to change things up a little bit.
Yeah, just to play around.
There you go. So that's what you get. It doesn't look like much at the minute. I know. But here we go. Now look, five sets of instructions. So the first one, it says, let's have a little bit of information on the head here. So if you want to go in pencil and do it straight away, you can. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the sections here in a pen. Now I've got a grey fine liner pen here. So I'm coming in and I'm just going to do exactly what it says. So I've added an extra line there, look. And I've brought this down here. And then an extra line here. I brought that down there. Let's just fill this top in. And then I'm going to bring it down here. See, I've left a little bit between the ears and the head there. And it says put a nose. I'm going to put like a round nose. Christmassy wise. But there we go. Okay, eyes. We all struggle with eyes, don't we? Like, how on earth do we do this? There's different ways. If you were to do a line like this, immediately you see you're going to get a cross a cross stag. We don't want an angry stag. See there? It's great for Halloween, boo and all that. But But if you actually create a slightly more rounded shape, and then slightly round underneath, let's put that in. Just give that a little bit of a fill. You see, you're getting a slightly more happy.
Yeah.
Now I do go through that. I do give you the instructions there, like showing you how to draw them.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that at all. I know that's the thing that we get a little bit scared about. So the nice thing as well is they're all really small. So you're not really going to sort of worry about whether you get the proportions right. You want that little bit of character in there. So there we go, look. You could even put a couple of little flicks on the end and, you know, have a lady.
For some lashes.
An eyelash if you want to do
Stick
it.
them falsies on.
Okay. Here we are. Okay, so we want a couple of little bumps on the top there as well. I'm going to switch to pencil for a minute because now it says, right, I've got to come down here and I'm going to go into this bubble. Like that. Yeah. And then it says go around a little bit, so I'm going to give it a little bit of an around there. So you see, I'm using that bubble shape just to give me a little bit of an idea of where that is. Yeah. And then we've got a little tail sticking out there. And again, you can go as long or as short if you want with the tail. So let's have a look now at the legs. Okay, so we're going to focus on these two. And imagine that this line is sort of in the middle of it, and I'm going to create a little line, sort of coming out a little bit there and back down. And the same there, I'm going to go into the bubble. Doesn't have to be dead even there, it's fine. So this leg's going to come to the top here, a little bit of a kink at the bottom, and then a little bit of a kink there. Okay, so if I draw that in with pen, there we are, into there. Okay, so that one you see has gone into the body, and this one here is sort of joining on there. I've not worried about the feet. There are instructions for feet, but I'm putting a sentiment across the bottom, so it's got something to sort of stand on. So then looking at the back legs, we do something quite similar. Going to bring in a little bit of a line with a kink. You see, it just sort of, it's a couple of curves, and it's just giving it that little bit of shape. Sort of at the knees, it's like knobbly knees, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's really quite sweet. And this is where, you know, the character comes in. If I was to give you my version of it, you wouldn't get the same sort of, you know, impression. And I'm going to make him a little bit thinner there, look. Yeah. Let's bring this round here. It's coming
Just
out.
a quick update for everybody at home as
Thinner
well.
there.
We've got a quarter of the stock has gone.
So if I now, if I now rub out those pencil lines, there we go. Now, of course, you know, you can do it all in pencil first so you can get the shape, but there is, hang on, a little bit there. There is our little stag shape. So if I come in, and I'm just going to bring in a little bit of lines. Yeah, just lines. Curves. Curves. And then let's sort of go over here to one, maybe.
Yeah.
And over here to one, and then let's, I don't know, maybe little leaves on the end. We could add little bits of holly. See, I'm not going to do a load of that because I've got another one to show you there. But what you could also, if you look at your little stencil here, we've got little baubles. Or we've got some nice little, hang on a second. Oh, it's there. Little, sorry, I'm looking for the same. Little sort of bird houses. So what you can actually do is come on in, and you could also add in some little baubles.
Oh, so we've got them hanging off.
So if I bring one in that I've done a little bit more on, you can see here, look, I've actually used
that is stunning.
Christmas again, that's one of your dies. Over the bottom there, I've just done a little bit of inking round, and I've added a little bit of glitter on the nose there. But
look how cute that is.
It's lovely, isn't it? It's just lovely. So I'm just going to bring a little bit of pencil back in. And you see where I've got these little lines? I'm just going to add a little bit of pencil. I don't want to overdo it. I just want to do a little bit on some of the sections there. Let's bring a little bit here maybe, and there. Okay, using my tortillon, I'm just going to soften that out a little bit.
Oh, well, I'm going to have to ask, what's that you're using there? Sorry.
Right. This is, well, the pencil I'm using is a 2B, so it's a really soft pencil. And this is a very, very tightly rolled up piece of paper.
Oh.
Literally, very, very tightly rolled up paper. And what you actually do with it, it allows you to soften the lines of pencil or pastel. And you can see you don't have to be a perfect colourist, because again, colouring animals in is really quite scary. It's really difficult. But we're not worrying about that. We've added a bit of pencil in a few places, and we're softening it out to give us that little bit of shade there with our lovely sort of work. If I just bring in, let's have a look. Bit of gel pen or whatever you've got in your stash. Let's add a little bit of colour to our little baubles there. There we go. It's got another pink in here. So I know I've brought these to the show earlier, a couple of months ago. So if you've got them, some of them are metallic, some of them are matte. They're just lovely. Or you can, you could use your coloured pencils, or you could glitter those as well, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But if I now bring in the card I've got, you might recognise this paper. Told you I'd been shopping.
You use all our products, aren't you?
Rusty and bright. And then, of course, I've got my lovely sort of little embossed. I've added a little bit of glitter in there, and I've used a couple of little dies. The photo corners, you can see just finishing off the tiles there. So what I'm going to do is going to add a little bit. Actually, I might add a little bit of foam pads onto that.
Yeah.
Now, the great thing about the photo corners is that you can use them and stick them to your work, but you can then take out the picture in the middle.
Oh, can
so
you?
it's not going to damage it in any way. And it means that we're sometimes, certainly with Christmas cards, you think, well, maybe people are not going to keep them.
Yeah.
But because you've actually drawn the piece of artwork completely freehand as such, they might want to keep that. So you could stick the photo corners down.
Yeah.
But then your piece of artwork in the middle isn't stuck down. You could take it out.
Oh, that's good. So then you could.
Yeah, there's no damage there, is there? Then let me just check. I'm doing it. That's it.
So there is actually limited stock. We've only got less than 10% left of the corner dies.
So let's take my little reindeer.
We've also got a little hello from our own Michelle McCarthy.
Oh,
but
hello.
she said that she got lost in Sandra's demo. Sandra, you are a genius.
Oh, thank you. Do you know what? We've all got our little creative moments, haven't we? And I think if we all work together and we mix and match everything, you out there can create some absolutely wonderful pieces. And say, the piece of artwork's the main event on this, but, that on its own, having all this around it, it's just gorgeous, isn't it? So there you go. So it's a bit of Sanntangling with a bit of Crafter's Companion mixed in together.
That is absolutely gorgeous.
Isn't it? Love that one.
That is gorgeous. So that is the Christmas stencil and book bundle kit, and that is platinum price £45.33 and $45.19. So in that kit, you're gonna get the book, and that's got. Is this correct in saying these are the tiles? Am I saying that right or not?
Yes, they are sort of. You would call those tiles.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you get that book there. Then you're going to get your Let's Do Christmas stencil. And that comes with the little booklet as well. The wreath stencils for Tangling. And then you're going to get your Stag's stencil and the booklet as well when I can pick this stencil up. There we go. We've got a quarter of the stock gone on these. Going to be quick. You need to get in. Yeah, should we have a look at the comments and see who I got in? I've got actually somebody saying, I've not tried Sanntangle. Is it easy to do? And I think watching you do it,
do you know,
watching you tangle away.
Yeah, it is easy for me to stand here and say it's easy to do.
Yeah.
Everything that you do takes a little bit of work and effort. But I think what you need to think about is give it a go, try it. Even if it's on a piece of printer paper, something simple, have a go at it. You don't need to show anybody. It's never going to be the same as anybody else's, and it's just about you having a bit of fun. Let's not forget, it is very mindful as well, so you can sort of relax with it and chill out. So just sit and have a play, just enjoy what you're doing. Pick something you like the look of, follow the instructions, and of course, if there is ever any problem, you get in touch with me, or we've got a lovely Sanntangle group that you can go on and say, I'm a bit stuck with this, what do I think? But yeah, I think once you've had a go, it's very addictive and you'll want to have another go and try something else. And of course, even if you think, oh, I'm really not sure, there are so many videos I've done out there on YouTube. Go and have a look at a video. Come and watch me do a live, which is every Tuesday and Friday, and join in and see what you think. So it's all out there for you to have a look at. So good luck. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
We've got a couple more hellos and good mornings. So we've got Helen Goodwin. Good morning, all. So she was obviously talking about stamping in the previous show, saying that she uses a magnetic stamping platform. We've got Chelsea Jane Richard. She's saying, hi, everyone. Would love to spend a day in the craft room with me. Well, I'm spending my day in the craft studio with Debbie and Sandra. So who's winning? So cute. Love this card from Charlotte Clark. But we're a bit quiet on the socials today. Come on, guys. Send some messages in for us. We're going to move on to the parchment box, though. So if you're ready, Sandra. Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah, okay. Yeah. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm here, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just enjoying the whole thing. The parchment box, okay. If you've never done this before, honestly, you're going to have so much fun with it. Parchment, in the past, you sort of think it takes a long time and you need to be really skilled to do this. Not at all. I'm probably, when it comes to this, most impatient person anyway. But yeah, ideally, I'll talk about it. You do let things rest a little bit because it stretches the paper. Yeah. But don't worry about it. Be fine. Yeah, be fine.
Don't worry.
So I'm just gonna straight in there. Yeah. You've got this in your box. It's an embossing mat. It's quite hard, quite a hard piece of foam. You don't need it to use the plates, but what I find is because we've gone for the red, you can actually see the plate better if you've got that underneath. So if I was to use it there, see, you don't really see it much. Or at least put something underneath it. But it's great when you're doing freehand, things like that. Yeah. So first thing we're going to do, actually, let's start small. We've got small, look, piece of parchment. You do get parchment in the box. You get 5 sheets of A5, so you can literally start straight away from out the box.
Oh, lovely.
And I'm going to bring that butterfly back in. Now, you see, I've only cut a small piece. You only need to cut as much as you need to cover. I've got a little flower there, see? So I'm just going to line that up over the flower. And then this is the best trick in the world. I've got a tumble dryer sheet.
Oh, what on earth are you going to do with this?
Right, all you do, we're going to rub over the parchment paper, and all this is going to do is it's going to help our little ball tool to run over without, well, very little friction. So it's going to give you a smoother line. You get some ball tools in there. You don't need all of them, but I thought if you're going to have them all. Quite frankly.
Why not?
So if I take this one out, and the instructions, it does show you which ones I'm using. You've got this one, it's almost like a pen nib on the end, and this one you've got a ball. You've got various different sizes. So what my advice is, I do like to use the pen. So this one I do use perhaps most, but you try them and use which one you're comfortable with, honestly. So are we ready for this?
Yes, I'm excited.
So what I'm going to do, I can actually see it. So we're going to actually trace around that shape and follow the loop. Now, if you feel that you need to take this down, it's fine. You don't really want to be having crisps while you're doing this. You don't want any grease on the parchment. No chocolate biscuits at the side, I'm afraid. But
no snacks while we're tangling.
No, not for this one, because you will get the marks on. Ideally, you could actually use your tumble dry sheet to sort of hold it if you wanted to. So so then it's a little bit easier. So you can see I'm literally working my way around those shapes. Okay, doesn't look like much at the minute. Again, I know. Okay, so there we go. I've gone around things a couple of times. You see that? Now it's quite small, so I probably won't go back over that. You can if you want. But if I turn it round, you've actually got this wonderful little white line embossed on there. So if I take the plate away, a couple of things we can do with this now. We can actually go freehand. So I'm with the plate, I've kept the embossing mat. So again, it doesn't matter which one. I'm going to stick with the same one. And you want to practice a bit first, because you don't want this to go through the paper. So don't be too heavy with it. And you can then start to do your own thing on it. So it's not about, let's do a couple more loops there, see. Just following what I've drawn there, and you've got to stick with it. It's about you then doing your own thing on it. So let's turn that round. Should just bring a tile in there so we can see what we're doing. So there you go. If I bring a colour underneath, you can see there where it's started to sort of extend a bit now. I can also come on in and, you know where we normally do our little flicks in our flowers when we're tangling? You can do exactly the same here. Put some little flicks in. Maybe we want to
Bringing it to life.
fill the bubbles. See, I'm not going round with the bubbles, I'm going side to side, back and forth. This is what's in our lovely instructions here that that Ruth has given to us. She sort of gives us a little bit of a hint as to how to do that kind of thing. To emboss circles, always use the tool to work up and down. There you are. So once you've decided, yeah, I've done what I want to do with that, again, I'm just going to take sort of this out the way. And I'm going to bring in, you know, everything's clear and you've got clear, you can never see it. You're like, no, where did that go? So I'm going to bring in a little bit of ink, and I'm going to ink on the back, or the side that I've done the original sort of drawing on. And inking on it is so easy. So easy.
It literally just glides over, doesn't it?
Yeah, just glides over. A second. And again, you can mix it, you know, with each different colour if you want. There you go, I've got a bit of...
We've had a comment through off Sylve Sparkly. It's always quiet when Sandra's on because everyone is mesmerised. And she is not wrong. Alison Yates said, hi everyone, engrossed watching Sandra. I have placed 3 orders already today.
Oh, lovely. Oh, do you know what? You're going to enjoy it, you are.
Yeah.
I've got a little bit of ink from my acrylic mat there, because I didn't clean it off, but that's okay. You can sort of see there what I've got going. And again, coloured pencils now. So we're using this just like we would any piece of paper. If I colour on the back, let's just add that little bit of colour in. You'll sort of get the idea. You see, it comes over the other side. It's quite subtle, but really pretty. But if you want to colour on the front, you're going to get a slightly stronger sort of image of that there. So let's just bring that in. And again, I'm not really putting a lot of time and effort in there. You know, I'm just sort of having a little bit of fun with it. It's going on. It's just gliding on. Let's have a little bit of.
I think that's what it's about as well, though, isn't it? Just having fun and playing around and
seeing
what you can bring to life.
Exactly. Yeah. And if I bring in the one that I've done earlier in good style. Here it is, and it's a tiny little piece. You see, I've actually put some colour on the back.
Yes.
I've actually glued this piece of parchment to my little tiny tile here, but I've actually hidden it so you can't see it under the photo corners, which is fantastic. But if we actually use that to create something, 1 second. Oh, hang on. So many different ones. I did have a tile. I don't know, where is it? Oh no, can't find it. But imagine putting this. I could show you one here. Look. Actually in more sections, so you can start to create your own pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just a quick one with the butterfly. Again.
So just a quick stock update for everybody at home. We have sold 30% of this. This stock is going. It's going.
Okay. Now, again, just rubbing over so it works in that sense. Now, what I want to do is, again, coming in, but this time you notice I've got 2 different bodies and my wings are still separate, which is really true tangling style. So I can choose which body to use as normal. Let's have a look. Might do it that way, actually. So I can draw around that section there. There it is. I can choose to do the antennae or not. You can do that all by yourself afterwards. You can add the lines on or not. It's always about choice, always. And then here, you've got the wings are slightly separate because again, I want you to choose where you're going to put those wings.
Yeah.
Are you going to have them sort of straight? Are you going to slightly angle them? Again, drawing around that little section there. Now I've put your lovely little design inside, so you could use elements of that. You could just draw the outline and do your own thing if you want to. So if I just sort of do a little bit of it.
And are you putting much pressure on there, Sandra?
Not really.
No.
No. And do you know what? Even if you actually put a lot of pressure on, you've got a ridge underneath. It'll only go so far down.
So, yeah.
It's not etched all the way through. It's just enough to give you this impression. You've got to be aware of the pressure, I think, when you're not using the plates. But again, if you sort of fall out of this, you're not going to necessarily damage your parchment.
Yeah.
Whereas traditionally, if you drawing straight onto parchment, if you then go wrong, in a sense, you can't replace that, you can't change it. So just sort of finish these little bits in there. It's just so nice to do, and again, it's pretty instant, but if I just show you that little bit there, look at that, just from that.
I can't
so
believe
you
that.
can keep going, obviously, with that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But let's add a little bit of texture here. So maybe I'm going to go in with one of the larger balls. Let's have a look. Start with this one. That one back in. So if we add a little bit. Now this is like using your tortillon and your pencil and your tortillon. Of course, we can't use a tortillon with an embossing tool, but you can see here that you're getting a little bit of shading going on there. Yeah. You could bring in your regular pencil, just like you would, and again, I'm working on the back here, just like you would with a piece that you've drawn on a regular tile. All right, lost my tortillon again, got another one there. There we go. And again, look, you see I can actually soften off the butterfly there. So I'm still bringing in traditional tangly bits. Tick it over. See, it's a little bit more subtle now, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
And then let's bring in, I know, scary colour, bit of black. Got to bring some black in here. Again, you could have done this with pencil. And what I'm going to do is, see, I've not inked the back this time. I'm just coming in and adding a bit of colour. So, again, it's not taking a long time. I'm not being particularly precise. But we're just getting a little bit in. Let's go in with a bit of red then.
Would you ever go in with pencil first and then use an ink pad after? Or
You can do. I'll do that and I'll show you.
oh, go on then.
Yeah, see, now it's all crazy. I mean, if you've got alcohol markers, you can use alcohol markers, alcohol inks, all sorts of things you can use on it. It's just, don't think of it as too precious. Think of it just the same as a tile, the same as a piece of cardstock. You see how that starts to come, look? See, I've not really put much effort in there, but you can see how it's blending beautifully.
Yeah.
And if I bring you one in that I've done with that one, so you see the black in the middle, the red on the outside. But yeah, if we've done this, let's ink it. Let's actually, before I ink it, shall I just wipe my my plate? Sorry. We are neat crafters normally, I'm sure. Oh dear.
I don't think there's anything such thing as a neat crafter, really.
Yeah, I mean,
Neat in your own way.
I know, and I was fully organised, and now I've opened this box and everything's everywhere. So here we go. If I show you, if I was to ink that, so I've just put a bit of yellow over there, and then a little bit of pink round there. I love doing this, it's so easy. The only thing I perhaps wouldn't do with parchment is introduce it to water. So don't watercolour on it, things like that, because the parchment will crinkle. Very, very, yeah, you don't want to be doing that.
Yeah.
So there you go. So you see, actually, if I put it under a piece of white, you see you've still got your coloured pencil, that's coming through quite well, and then you've got the colour in the background.
Yeah.
Okay. Because as you know, you don't just get the butterfly, you also get the frame. I'll just show you the frame. There's our frame.
Yeah.
Now this one, again, you don't have to use the whole outside, you could just use elements of it. But again, if I bring one in, you've got, I've got a couple of bits here. You've got this one, where I've done the inside outside, added an extra few bits. I've just inked that, I've not done any colouring on it, but look how beautiful that is.
It is. It's lovely.
And then you could bring in this one. This one's been embossed, and then there's a little bit of colour been put on the back. This is one of my stamps. You can stamp onto parchment. Takes a bit longer to dry, but why not turn it over, trace the words, and then emboss the words, and then afterwards rub out your pencil, and you can get that kind of thing. But if we put the two things together, so if we've got the butterfly and we've got the frame, put the two together, look what
that
you can
is
create.
Gorgeous.
So there's so many things you could do, and I could spend the whole hour working just
I know.
on parchment.
I know. Well, look at that, 43 minutes in.
Yeah, very quickly, and yeah,
That
it's
is
just
mint.
beautiful to
Absolutely
work with.
mint. Well, thank you for showing us that. So that is the parchment box and butterfly bundle. So within that, obviously, as Sandra's just shown us, you're going to get I can't get the mouse, the plates. So there's the first one. And then
yeah, all the parchment comes together, so everything works. Yeah.
you get the ball tools in there as well. So how many is there? Five to choose from.
Tools,
5 different
yeah,
sizes. Lovely. And then you get this stencil as well. There we go. So you can get them for $49, $59 platinum price and $71.99. So we are going to move on to the Tangling collection. Birds in Flight is here. So for the Birds in Flight stencil, which I was shocked at, is literally that. It is that. It is mental. I'm really excited to see what you're going to be able to show us to do with that. And then the keyhole, which is absolutely gorgeous as well. And then you are going to get the art collection book as well in this collection. There's a fifth of the stock gone in that. That's $38.39 platinum price, $55.72.
Okay.
So Sandra, if you are ready, my lovely.
I know, I
will
love
let you
doing this
take it
one
away.
because you sort of see those triangles and you're like, how on earth does that happen? They are instructions. I'm not going to sort of follow them word for word because we won't have time. So just go through them, take your time and see where you head off with it, okay?
Yeah.
So the first thing it suggests is to actually give yourself a bit of a line so you know where you're headed, all right? Got a bit of a vertical and maybe even, if you want to, one sort of across. Use this edge of the stencil, don't think you've got to have extra things. But I've got now a nice sort of point to work with. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the body. Now, of course, when you get these home, number your stencil. If I look on is it on the back or the inside? There we go. If you number the stencil to match what I've done, it'll mean that when I refer to a number in the instructions, you'll be able to work on that there. So yeah, absolutely. But I'm not going to do that with these. So here we go, I've got the body. So let's put the body in. Again, I'm choosing the angle of flight for my little bird here. There's the body. There's the head. So again, choose the angle. There's the head. Now, okay, so it doesn't look much like a bird at the minute, does it? Let's give it a little line here. See, it's going to be its beak. And then wings. So I've got a couple of triangles, and again, I've proportioned it in a sense for you, but again, you can choose where you want to do this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put this first triangle in here, and the second triangle is going to go sort of here. This one's going to go behind the body. There you go, so you see part of it.
Lovely.
Just rub out that little line there, okay? So, I'm going to come straight in with pen now. Again, you more than welcome. Go in with pencil to start with, and let's give the beak a little bit of shape. So I'm going to go round that shape and bring it back in, sort of around here and around here. I'm not going to go all the way around the body, just going to go about to there. And that's just going to bring this in here, just to sort of about there. And then let's give it a little bit of an eyebrow and a little bit of an eye. Again, that shows you in the instructions how to do that, so don't panic. And again, you can do it with yeah, you could do it with pencil first. So coming up from the triangle here, I'm going to create a little bit of an arc. And the same here. Now this arc, I can bring it back into the body a little bit. There we go. Maybe that one. Depending on where you put it, you know. There you are. Okay.
Lovely.
We'll start with this one. So I'm going to go up to the top here, and I'm going to bring it round a little bit and in. And then follow this line, round it a little bit and in. I'm going to work all the way around that triangle, round and in.
Oh, so they're like each of the individual feathers.
That's it. So you could change the shape here. I'm going to go now out that triangle, and I'm following this curve. Each one, look, is getting a little bit smaller. and a little bit smaller as I work my way around that little curve. See? Same with the top one here, so up and around and down, round and down, round and down.
I've had a question in from Carlette Morris,
Hiya,
Sandra,
yeah.
and she's asking, is parchment paper and vellum paper different?
Yes. Parchment paper is going to give you the strength, and it's going to allow that whiteness to come through.
Yeah.
Vellum, you're not necessarily going to get that whiteness. So yeah, if you go for parchment, I tend to use 150 GSM weight, because anything thicker you've got to be a bit too hard. Anything a bit lighter, you might find you press on and you go in it through it. So
Yeah.
so yeah, look for parchment. You can actually get it in different colours. Just as a pointer, when you get your different colours, what you'll find, if I just show you on this one, for example, one side will be darker than the other. And as much as you're tempted to draw on the lighter side, you need to actually draw on the darker side, and then you'll get your whiteness coming through. Yeah.
See?
Oh, these things. All these
We're all
things.
learning today.
All right. So you see, I didn't join the bottom of the bird there. It's because what I want to do is I want to bring it round and then round, and maybe one from here. And this is where you can start to get creative with it. You can start to add all your little extra features. You see, it's adding these tangles in. So all I'm doing with this, look, is I'm drawing the same curve, but I'm stepping it back each time, taking it to the same point there, and working my way around. You see? Creating a little sort of a curvy shape. Now what I have done, I've done that already, and I've got my bird here, and I've rubbed out my pencil lines, so you can see it's started.
Yeah.
Now at this point, I do actually show you in the instructions how to add the flowers and some leaves and swirls, but you know, let's change it up a little bit. Let's make it a little bit fun. I've got my stampers roll here, and I've actually drawn my little bird. You can see it's been well used. And what I'm going to do is I want to mask off my little bird. So I've used this a couple of times. There it is. So in we go. Might not be exactly there, but there we go. Okay, and I want to sort of do the same with the others. Looks like a really odd shape, these do, but we want to just protect that drawing that we've done there. If we go over, we can draw a few bits back in. It's not a problem. Just making sure I got the right one. Covers it mostly. Because if you think, do you know what, I want to do something a bit different. I don't necessarily want to draw a load of flowers.
Yeah.
Well, that's why the stamps come in. Oh, we've got stamps in here.
Well, hey.
These are like an outline. Every single one of these you could draw with Tangling if you want to, but if you want to sort of do lots of them all at once, you've got a couple of different sizes, then these work brilliantly. So same actually with the, let's have a look. Today you will achieve the impossible. Let's have a look at that one. Let's put a sentiment in there first.
So those Tangly flower stamps, half the stock has gone. Everybody watching at home.
So we'll see how this goes. It's quite tricky actually. Oh, that's all right. Look at that.
Wow.
It's quite. You know, when you stood up, it's not always as easy, is it, to
Yeah.
stand? So.
Well, saying that, I've got a bit of height, so I'm okay.
You're all right. Absolutely. Okay.
Oh, so yeah, we are going to, because we're running out of time, quick vote for demo of the show, please. So we've got Sandra's card.
Yeah.
Can I run over and get it?
Yeah.
I'll run over
I
and
did my
grab it
little
from
stag. There you go.
you. Thank you.
Oh, I'm up against Debbie. That's tough.
I've got a question as well.
That's
Someone who
tough.
was asking in the comments, you'll have to forgive me, they were asking what embossing folder this was, the cut and emboss folder. I know it's one of ours. So, that's Debbie's Nature's Garden vintage cut and emboss folder. So, sorry for whoever asked that in the comments. I will flick through. So Debbie's demo will be number 1. Oh. This one, wrong hand. And then Sandra's number 2.
Oh, do you know? You couldn't write
Let
this
me know
stuff,
in the
could you?
comments.
Oh, don't we just love it? So you can get carried away with these stamps. You've got a few different styles on there. And again, I've actually used the stampers roll to, cover up some of my flowers as well. I just think it's nice. What I've actually done with it is on the back of my stamp, see, I've got all my stampers roll there, and they're all there when I need them. So they're stuck on. I could just take it off and on. I mean, I've used it quite a bit, as you can see.
So you can just reuse that as much as...
Yeah, just keep reusing it, reuse it. Absolutely. Let's put another one there.
Well.
Okay. So once I've sort of done my flowers and my bits and pieces, we can take those off. I'm just going to cover my ink up, because otherwise I'm going to have ink everywhere. Yeah, and this is just a bit of my my stamps. So there you go. See, look, there's my flower. I've used that a lot, and it's still got stick on it. And if I just sort of take this off, there it is. So you see, actually, I've got my birds sort of now in front. There it is. And I've got my flowers sort of wandering around in the background.
That's great.
It's lovely, isn't it? And then you
Yeah.
can come in. See this one here? Let's just sort of draw that little bit in. See, because they've been tangled anyway, you could actually add the extra little bits of detail, should you need it. So there we go with that one. I've got a flower now here sort of all alone. It's not going anywhere. So we can join that if we want to here. And perhaps bring in some little leaves. So
Margaret Crook has sent a comment in for you saying, thank you, Sandra, a great demo.
Oh, thank you. Do you know what? We do spend a lot of time on demos and prepping. And I think being an ex-teacher, I like to make sure that I get that education in there. So I don't want you to sort of get home and think, I don't really know what she said there. I'm hoping that you can get the idea of these. So if there's anything that you're not sure of, please ask, and I'll go through.
Did you say you did your lives on a Tuesday and a Friday?
I did, yeah.
Was it?
2 o'clock on my Sandra Rushton page.
Mm-hmm.
And then we put them as much as we can, we put them onto YouTube.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you can see once you've done all this and you've inked and you've added little bits of colour, this is what you can end up with. Okay, so you see the stamps using the different sizes, adding the colour, but it's not just this. Because you've got the stencil and you're drawing it, you have so many different variations. So what about this one?
That is
Or what about this
stunning.
one?
Wow.
Or this one? Or this one? You are in control. You're in charge of this. You're drawing it. The instructions are that, oh, look at this one with the feathers coming off.
Yeah.
So this is a smaller version. And this one. There's so many, and every single one is different, and it's your artwork. Last one.
These are lovely.
Look at that one. So it goes wherever you want to take it. If you want to just draw it and put it on a tile, or if you want to do it on a card, but if you want to go a bit bigger, you can expand it. It's 2 ovals and 2 triangles. It's those instructions that are the main thing, and just having a go. So if you like the look of it, if you've never done it, don't matter.
That is brilliant. So, well, thank you so much for showing me that.
thank
I've
you.
literally been like this, watching, wow. I can't get over it. I really can't get over it. Sandra is back at 3 o'clock, everyone. So make sure you jump on the website, and it is very busy, so you need to get in now to be able to grab all of these products. So Sandra was just showing us the Tangling collection there. This is what you're going to get, which is your Bird in Flight stencil. I think I might have to get myself one of these. We've got the Secret Keyhole stencil, and then you are going to get the Sanntangle art collection book as well. So platinum price $38.39 and $55.72. Do we have a card of the show? We do. I can't remember which one was which, but it was number 2.
Oh, no, I beat Debbie. Oh, I'm sorry, Debbie. I'm sorry, but hers was lovely as well. But thank you ever so much, everybody. And it's yeah.
Lovely.
I'm going to
Oh,
miss
well.
that card. It's beautiful.
You're going to miss it. It is a beautiful card. It really is. Well, thank you so much for spending my first wake-up call with
Thank you for having
me.
me. It's been a pleasure.
It's been brilliant, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And thank you, everybody at home, for watching. Don't forget, we've got launch day at 2 p.m. and then Creative Cravens tonight at 6 p.m. UK time. Debbie and Sandra will be with you throughout the day, and then you've got Joe joining you as well. He's going to be presenting.